Hey guys, it's Snack here, and I'm back with some more Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon. As you can see, I accidentally started talking to homeboy Alfred over here. So, we're going off, jumping in full on with some Alfred action. Some of the AA.
That I would have been defeated by a demon. I have been thoroughly humiliated. I am Alfred, an alchemist. Alchemist, you use demons to fulfill your worldly desires. Every alchemist requires a fair exchange. Even using demons is sometimes necessary. You have your own goals, correct? My power may be of use to even you.
Your existence is unsettling to me, but your skills are not without value. I'll leave your head where it is, for now. You gotta really love how edgy Zangetsu is. He really is the friendliest of guys. So now we have our homie Alfred. You can see that when it comes to health, he's a little bitch. He also has like one of the worst attacks in the game. Like, it's so slow. It's got a lot of end lag. You can see this. And versus he just likes to bop people. However, he does have a plethora of really interesting skills. He uses a bunch of spells, and they can be really powerful for getting through certain things. It's called a Buster Rod. So he's got alchemical powers. So we're going to test that out as we go through this area here. I forget what this area name is, but I remember really liking this level. The Brilliant Void. Wow, that's such a cool name. So he has this fire ring, which is really nice because it just protects him, and you know, these little assholes falling down on him don't really, you know, do much. This is his second spell. It's kind of worse, but it makes a second one in front of him. It cannot be damaged, so he has a little illusion, so he can attack enemies from further away. So it's kind of cool. Not my fave. I do need the fire for a little bit later, so I'm going to have Mr. Zangi over here, you know, take care of these bow guys. Oh wow, that went far. So, as you can see, homeboy over here is pointing down, which means, you know, go down. But you got this super arrow guy who throws this huge volley, and this volley is super dangerous, actually. It does a lot more damage than most other things. But here you're supposed to use this, and it'll protect you from all his projectiles. So then you just walk up and stand next to him and bop him, and you're good. So that's one of the first uses of his alchemical powers, and it's honestly one of the only useful times for the fire one. This one is the ice one, and it's generally the most useful. There's another one that's the most useful for boss fights, but this is like, I mean, see this? It freezes any enemy it touches, and any attack will one-shot them. It's pretty good, especially for those like mini-boss type enemies. Like, I would not underestimate it. And actually, I can skip this by jumping on him and going over it. I never even thought of that shortcut before. That's crazy. I was always like, oh man, that's so tall. If only I could... See, this game always has a surprise. Something new, something special. I love it. God, I can't believe I never thought of that. That's so sick. I really do like this game. Got anything cool? Not really. And if you don't want to pick something up, you can just change characters and you'll get something better. I'm just gonna dash through here because screw all these losers, like none of that. And also the little cat guys that drop from the ceilings, you can just run faster than they can drop on you, which is really nice. Alright, this is by far my favorite area. So I try to get through as much of it as possible, but it's kind of annoying because you got these spawning rats, and you're always like, rats, whenever they come. get out of here, you dumb rat. You too. None of that. Stop it. Oh. Yeah, and sometimes, you know, I just like to really just put the stupid on and jump into head on into the spikes, you know? That, oh, really? A heart already? Yeah, so now there's this little area, and I can slide down here and get some extra health. You can run and jump up there with Mr. Zangetsu over here. However, it is quite dangerous. You can easily just have to like mispace it wrong and carry too much momentum off the edge to your death, and that's not fun. But really, you know, this ends up being Zangetsu's fight, despite, you know, having it, you know, Old Man isn't really the most useful for this boss fight. He does have his time to shine, however. And when he does, he, by golly, does this boy shine. And having this charge attack really puts a number on bosses. You don't have to really wait for the cycles to go around anymore because its hitbox is so huge. Ow. Oh god. Yeah, no one's gonna squish me against the wall. Yeah, it tried to smash me. Oh, you did it. That guy's such a... trying to scissor hands me. None of that. And another easy fight. Honestly, this is one of the easier fights in the game, but I think he's really cool with like I really like the gold coin design thing. I really hate that his ending attack though, because it's kind of like you can't dodge the last part of it. It's kind of really up to luck because you can't see the coins anymore. It doesn't really damage you, but it's just kind of like a cheap way not to get the 1-up. And with that, we get our last homie boy, Alucard. And by Alucard, I mean Shardbringer. You carry the power of numerous demons.
Very perceptive of you. I require the demon's power to achieve my revenge. At this moment, our objectives align. Cooperation would be fruitful for both of us. So be it. I'll let you continue breathing. For now!
His name is Gebel. He is an ally. So, when I called him Alucard, I called him that because he can turn into a bat. What? Each of my allies has their own stamina. If their health gets low, I know that. Oh, I can't turn into a bat right now because I have no weapon. But he could. He only has one sub weapon, and that's just turning into a bat. And really, that's just you know, something for you know, flying over certain enemies. Like if there's a part you just don't want to deal with, you just fly over it. Or there's some shortcuts only he can take. And he has a decent health bar. Like he's got the third smallest, but it's still like decently sized. And he has this nice attack that goes up in an arc. So he's really good at enemies coming down from you at an angle. And just having, you know, that attack arc as an option is really, really useful in this game. So, I mean, it's really interesting how all the characters have their own, you know, niches. Really, the Alchemist ends up being the least useful, but even then, like, he has his moments where he just completely, you know, trivializes a fight or a room, and that's kind of cool. But once again, when we switch to, I'm going to switch to my boy Zangetsu over here, just to get through this quicker. So, I keep forgetting that I don't one-shot those anymore. He could, the bat could fly through that hole in the wall, but, like, I prefer not to. Just because, like, well, I don't know, because I'm stupid. I really should use the charge slash a little more. So this is a shortcut, and it's one of the bat takes. So you just go through here. Something you might be wondering, that you know those purple lanterns, you know, if Gebel doesn't have any sub weapons, well, what might come out of them? Well, Gebel always gets a large weapon number refill from Purple Lantern, which is really nice. So you have all the sub weapons on all the other characters that you want, and you're low on weapon score. You just see a Purple Lantern, and that's just an extra 5 points, which, you know, is another thing that adds a lot of value to him. It's more of like a little subtle change, but ends up being like really powerful. You know, there's a lot of like cool, tiny, useful things like that. That, you know, you might just think, oh, he's kind of lame because he only turns into a bat, but he also just really powers up the other characters and helps them, you know, perform at their best, while also having an interesting arc. And it can also, because he throws out 3 attacks at once, he can actually hit enemies multiple times if you aim it right. So you might think, oh, I want to go down here. I would recommend against that, actually, because you can easily kill these losers, right? But if you were to go down there, as you'll see, there's a dog, and that's harder to deal with than these bow guys. So he'll run underneath there if you go up top, and then you won't ever have to deal with him. Pretty crazy. And this is a situation where you want to use him, because the dog will try to pounce up at you, and he will just get bopped by your special little bats. And once again, you can use that power there. Now here's another really cool thing with using the ice power. Just freeze that loser, dude. And now you don't have to worry about him. He does a lot of damage. Like, you have to be like, I think he does over half a character's health and damage. So you really have to, you know, either get your run and jump over him really well, or freeze him. And that's one of the reasons why freeze is one of the best, because it just, you know, makes things some negligible. So having the run and jump with the slash just trivializes these bridge sections, like, not even a problem. It's just timing your jumps when a bird's coming. Honestly, I can do that. Ain't that nice? So I want to be a bat and go for this cool shortcut. And you just press like mostly any button to undo the bat form, and that skips like a decent bit. Yeah, take that, axe dude. Axe body spray. Ugh. I almost really poorly misspaced that. None of that. And also, in Gebel's, you know, attack arc directly counters these axe dudes. It's kind of wonderful, even though they're not really like the hardest of enemies. So now, anyone low on health? Yep. So this breaks into a heart, I think, if someone will remember that. And I can get this upgrade. I also want these. Not for any particular reason. These, that sub-weapon is really good for here. I would recommend using it. It can get rid of the frogs. And little shooty guys. Now, there's a dog coming up and you want to be prepared to throw this out. So that's really the easiest way to get that area completely unscathed. And now we're coming up on one of the hardest fights in the game. Oh yeah, just as a quick throwback, I'm not going to go all the way up these stairs. just gonna pause here for a sec. That last boss we fought, there's really not much that really changed about him in the third fight. I just think that the golden enemies that he creates are higher tier enemies. You know, they're harder enemies instead of just super baby easy ones. And I think that's really the only difference in that third fight. This fight has some other small tweaks that really add to the challenge, so we're gonna see that here. So, once again, I think this is the hardest fight in the game. So, you can run away from the flames, which is really nice, and you want to kind of jump over that, get a hit or two in, and then grab that, hit. The fight is much easier after you... I did not mean to double jump there. That's a bad idea. Yeah, this is going a little poorly. Okay, I'm going to try using my power up here. Alright, that's done, and now that's a lot easier. So, now we got Bubbles over here, Bubbles McGee. So, if you get up here, you can just spam your bats and you're perfectly safe. There's nothing you can do, practically, unless... I mean, something bad almost happened. I really took too much damage as him, but that's fine. So, I'll just use Miriam instead, because she's really good for this part. So, the big difference here is I think this spacing's a little tighter. So, and you have to duck under that and then jump up, and that just kind of makes things a little bit more difficult. And things are a little bit more tight here, and you can easily just, if you're using a character that does not have a large jump, you can easily fall into the spikes. It's one of the harder patterns to get down in the game. It's not really that bad, but once you kind of like figure it out and get it down, you've got it down, and as long as you're kind of idiot and press the jump button in time, you'll be fine. This really went from being one of the hardest fights for me in the game to being one of the ones I had the most fun with, just because this pattern's kind of cool. And I really like how this boss looks. It's so intimidating and cool for, like, you know, what the bosses have been up to this point. I think it's the largest boss in the game, too. So this final form just has a lot of HP. But we got through that fine. And we have a full party, so no new party member this time. But we do get a 1-up. So you can really see there how, like, even in one battle, like, different phases, different parts of it, you know, the different characters have their strengths, and that's part of what makes this game so cool. Huh. Well, anyways, that's it for this time. So if you liked what you saw, you know, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time so we can take on this ship level again. Holy ship! Oh man, that's a funny joke, isn't it? Alright guys, I'll see you next time. Peace out.